Welcome to Steel Curtain Productions. First, hit the likes and the subscribes down below in your right hand corner. That would be muchly appreciated. I appreciate your support and help in growing the channels to build a good, strong community. Thank you very much. And to my subscribers and followers, I want to thank you very much. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys. And I'm wishing you all a happy new year from the Steel Curtain Productions. As it is uh, January 1st, 2024, as I'm doing this tape, yes, going over the notes and watch the game. Good game. Okay, so we're going to go review this game. All right, the Steelers came out on top 30-23. This was a huge game. One of these teams' playoffs hopes was going to be deleted, eliminated, and whoever came out on top still had a prayer. So 30-23 was the final. Close game, good game. However, story of this game, running game, Steelers all the way. Harris had a phenomenal game. Warren had a great game. The running game definitely won this ball game, and Rudolph played fairly well. All right, we're going to start it off. It's going to be a short tape, just getting to the basics, and we'll go from there. First quarter, 7-0 Steelers. Second quarter, it was 10-14 for Seattle. Third quarter, that's the points they gained, sorry. So it was 17-14 at that point, and then another in the third quarter, Steelers got another 7, and Seattle got 3, and in the fourth quarter, they each got 6. Final score, 30-23. So, to recap, the punishing runs from Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren and a handful of clutch throws from Mason Rudolph have lifted the Pittsburgh Steelers into the final week of their regular season with their playoffs hopes still alive. Harris rushed for season-high 122 yards and bullied his way into the end zone for a pair of touchdowns. And the Steelers took their playoff hopes into Week 18 with a 30-23 win over Seattle Seahawks Sunday, using a physical running attack that faced little resistance from Seattle. Steelers are now 9-7, pushed their way into the final week of the regular season with a chance at the postseason after 2 straight wins that ensured Mike Tomlin's team would yet again avoid a losing record. We got to win out. This is the kind of playoffs for us. So us executing right now is the kind of biggest thing. That's what Harris said. So great game. Really, what they came through when they had to. It's always a good matchup with these two squads. Really, when you looked at it, Seattle never gives the Steelers a game very easily. They're gonna go when they get beaten, they're gonna win down with a fight. Even where they're weaker themselves, really, they always push the Steelers to the brink, and that just shows us where our teams stand. Both teams are kind of need a lot of work. Okay, so here's the stats. Total yards, 468 for the Steelers, 369 for Seattle. Passing yards, 266, 281 for Seattle. So they outpassed us a bit, but not by much, mind you. So this is important too. We still had a good passing game in this. Good balance. Rushing yards, 202 compared to 88. There's your difference. And that's a huge difference. But I'll tell you, Seattle was in this thing to the bitter end. Total play is 71-49. That's, keeping the ball in the offense's hands. That's important. So 71-49, that's incredible. Average yards per play, 6.6 for the Steelers, 7.5 for Seattle. So they got a good running game themselves. First downs, there's another big difference, 25-17 for the Steelers. Third down efficiency, we talk about this every week, and it's usually where the Steelers lack. But this week, good show, 46% compared to 33 in third down efficiency. That's huge. That's telling you the game right there, coming through at the right time. Penalties, 2 for the Steelers, so they were fairly, for the most part, disciplined. They kept themselves, for the most part, in check. 4 for Seattle. This wasn't that bad in penalty time. Penalty yards, 10 for the Steelers, 25 for Seattle. Turnovers. Seattle turned over the ball once. Tackles, 33-37. They actually did the Steelers in that department. Sacks, 1 apiece. Sack yards lost, 8 for the Steelers, 9 for Seattle. Time of possession, another big factor here. Look at the difference, 37.33 to 22.3 something. Anyway, that shows you the difference. Okay, so scoring summary was, I don't believe that this just happened. It just died on me. Forgive me. Okay, we'll get that back. All right. Here we are, scoring summary. Forgive me on that. My phone quit. First quarter, Jaylen Warren, 18-yard run, touchdown. Beautiful run, too. The way he deked this out and the great blocking from the line was beautiful. Chris Boswell gets the extra point. Second quarter, Seattle responds with Ken Walker getting 13-yard run. Jason Myers a kick. So you got a 7-7 game at this point. Then Boswell kicks field goal. We got a 10-7 lead. And then 5:30, Jackson Smith Najeba gets a 12-yard pass from Geno Smith, and he had a really good game. Jason Myers kick. So it's 14-10 for Seattle at this point. Then at 1:36, Najee Harris gets a 9-yard run. So that puts the Steelers up. And Chris Boswell kicks the extra point. Puts us up 17-14. That's after the first half. Now we go into the third quarter. Jason Myers kicks a 43-yard field goal, 17 all. At 6:57, Najee Harris runs in a 4-yard touchdown. Is where he's stretched out and forces his way in. And Chris Boswell gets the kick at 24-17. Fourth quarter, Jason Myers, 42-yard field goal. It's 24 Steelers, 20 for Seattle. Then at 7:07, Chris Boswell, 26-yard field goal, 27-20 Steelers. Boswell at 4:31, 21-yard field goal, 30-20. And that was the final points for the Steelers. Then Myers comes through with a field goal, and that brings your final field goal and the final score 30-23. So a really good game, good physical game, discipline. The tale was told. Really, there's no bigger story than it being Najee Harris was huge. He had a big, huge day on this. Rudolph played well, and with them turning the ball over the once, that's your difference in the game, right? So Rudolph, he handled the ball well, and so that's the way you got to play when you're trying to get into the playoffs. And so we have a chance. We have a last breath. So a good effort on the Steelers' part. I like the 1-2 punch. I like this 1-2 punch with Harris and Warren all the way. There were some very nice catches by Pickens as well, getting good field yardage. Great grabs, and Dante Johnson had a good couple of first down catches as well. So they had a good mixture, and that tends to win ball games. But the running game stood out well in advance, and Najee Harris had a big momentous day. Warren had a pretty good day too. It just shows you. I said this all along. In the state they were in with Trubinsky taking over, it wasn't working. Uh, they needed to make that decision sooner. They'd be in the playoffs had they have done that sooner and had Rudolph in there. Rudolph, one thing I'll say, he can make some errors at times. However, he's not afraid to drive the ball down the field. Uh, I thought he would be the next best thing to Pickett, although Pickett's still a rookie and still has to learn. But Rudolph's been around, and he'll get that ball down the field. He'll give you the best effort. So it was good to see for 2 weeks they listened. So with that being said, good physical game. Our defense really didn't win this game. It was our offense. I was a little surprised that the line wasn't as effective as it usually is, but this defense is pretty banged up. You can definitely see it. It's all we pretty much have is the line, the secondary and linebackers. It's pretty beat up defense. So remarkable that they did that much. I still wouldn't hold your breath. A lot of things would have to happen for them to make the playoffs, but they're going up, out on a winning note. And that's so it keeps Tomlin in a winning record. And it gives them something to build on for next season. Hopefully, though, maybe we get lucky and they do get a wild card spot. Let's hope. So, great show by the Steelers. Gotta say, go Steelers Nation, go. And I want to wish everybody following here a Happy New Year. Wish you all the best. Thank you for supporting me. You're very dear to my heart. And we hope to grow this channel further. So thank you. Have a great 2024. May the Lord bless you, and I hope you have much success in 2024. Hopefully it's a better year for all of us. So with that being said, please hit the likes and subscribe again. Once again, that would help me a lot. And I'd like to get up to at least 150 likes. That would be nice. Okay, and from there we will catch you in the final week after the ball game there, and we'll see where we stand. If we're in or not, we'll go from there. Thank you for joining me, and until next week, we will catch you then. And I'm not even sure who we have up next week. I don't know, something makes me think it's a divisional game. Let me check that real briefly here. Of course, this phone is just really acting up. But I'll get it. Come on. Okay. There we go. Next week. This is going to be a torturesome one. We have the Ravens, and the Ravens won the AFC today. Don't count on a victory there. That team is playing on full cylinders. So I would expect our luck runs out in that game. Anyway, it's good try anyway. So thank you for joining me. We'll catch you next week. God bless.